Yes, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you join us today to have a beautiful time together again as we continue to look at alternative disputes resolution, considering different aspects of alternative dispute resolution. And this is our 1 month free professional diploma training for those that want to have knowledge in peace and conflict resolution. And for those of you that did training on emotional intelligence and have written your exams and have passed your exams, the good news is that the certification portal is ready. And when I'm through with this training, I will give you the guidelines on how you are going to go about getting your certificate. You understand? So we give you a serial number. You log on to our portal on our website, you put in your details, and then you go and print it. Just be sure that you are going to print it because one serial number, if you misuse it, you are not going to get another one. So be serious and make sure that you do the right thing to get your certificate. Don't come and tell us you made a mistake because we will not accept any mistake, please. So that is it. Uh, so um, so the certificate is ready. I think you saw the one I share, the one I test run the site I share with you, and I think it's okay. And so when you finish alternative dispute, it's going to be the same process. You go and enter and get your certificate. I hope we are on the same page. So thank you very much for joining us for today's training, and I hope that we're going to have a great time together. So today we're going to look at the ethics in negotiation or negotiation ethics. So in every profession, there are ethics that guide that profession. So when it comes to negotiation, what are those ethics that guide negotiation process? This is what we are looking at today. You cannot do anything properly without certain principles, without certain standards or professionalism to guide you. In the field of conflict resolution, if you must be a peace builder, you must be a mediator, you must be uh, someone who can resolve conflict, then there are certain principles you must put in place. There are certain ethics, professional standards that you must comply with for you to be able to resolve conflicts amicably. Do you understand? So it is these ethics and professional standards that I want us to consider today when it comes to negotiation. And I'm sure that at the end of today's training, you will be acquainted with those ethics that guides negotiation process. Do you understand? So do way to share this meeting with someone. If you join, just invite somebody to also participate in this training. And do way to like and also comment, paraphrase, comment your name, tell us where you're joining us from, and also let us know what you are learning by way of paraphrasing what we are saying. Do you understand? So thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. All right, so today we are looking at the negotiation ethics. Like we said, there are ethical considerations that we need to see and carry out in negotiation. What are those ethical considerations that we must put in place when it comes to negotiation? Because they are very crucial for maintaining, integrity, trust, and positive relationships when it comes to negotiation. So, what are those ethics that you must consider when it comes to negotiation process? One is honesty and transparency. Honesty and what? Transparency. Number one is honesty and transparency. You know, it pays to be transparent and it pays to also be honest. All right. It's not everything that you do chua or magu magu, as we used to say it in our own language here, magu magu or chua. Do you understand? You just be straightforward, just be open and transparent. Do you understand? And it's not everything when it comes to negotiations. You don't need to lie for anything. Lying is a disaster in wait for a time to come, and then that lie will be revealed. So there's no need for you to lie. Just tell the truth that this is what it is. Do you understand? You know, there are some institutions that sometimes they will tell you we are chartered with this, we chat this. If you ask us, are you chartered? We tell you we're not yet chartered, but we are in a process. Do you understand? Because we don't want to tell you what tomorrow you go and then you discover that it's not it. No. We'll tell you the truth, the way it is. If you want to, you do. If you don't want to, you wait. When we are chartered, you come. Do you understand? There's no issue. There's no argument. So in negotiation, be honest. Do you understand? In the course of interaction with your parties, your opposition parties or whatever, just be as honest as possible. And in whatever business that you are doing, in whatever engagement that you find yourself and there's a need for negotiation and whatever it is, just be honest. Don't, sometimes people try to create impressions, sometimes people try to exaggerate things. Do you understand? Just to get sympathy or attention. Do you understand? I I knew of a woman in my place. The woman used to beat the husband. Do you understand? So sometimes she will carry the husband, put on her head, knock him for ground, and then she will now sit on the husband and be crying as if the husband is beating her. So that she will call people attention, will gather. By the time we gather, we saw this woman sitting on the husband. Instead of the husband to be crying, she's the one crying and making all the noise in the area, make to appear as if she's the one being beaten. Do you understand? But indeed, when you get there, she's the one beating the husband and sitting on the husband. Do you understand? So don't exaggerate. Don't say things that are not relevant simply because you want to get sympathy, because you want to get attention, because you want to get favor. Do you understand? It doesn't mean anything. In negotiation, be as truthful as you can be. Do you understand? It's a factor to ensure that you have a good relationship. Otherwise, once you lie and you destroy the trust that is there, it can lead to some form of misinterpretation of your, person, your character, and that can damage a long-term relationship. Do you understand? So honesty and transparency is one thing that you need to move forward in life. Do you understand? And of course, in negotiation process as well. So fairness is another ethics that you must consider when it comes to negotiation. Fairness. Always work for the good of both parties in negotiation. Even when you are deploying the competitive types of negotiation, try and be as fair as possible. Do you understand? Try and, even if you are going to win, let your winning be reasonable. Don't go and give somebody 7 goals to nothing, like they used to do in football. They give somebody 10 goals to nothing. Do you understand? So, but that is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that try as much as possible to be fair in your negotiation process. Make sure that the negotiation is such a way that it's deploy a win-win situation. Do you understand? So, and let someone have an outcome that is relatively equitable. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying here. So, negotiators should avoid exploiting power imbalances. All right? Avoid exploiting what? Power imbalances. And should aim for solutions that are just for all parties involved. But you see, like the game of football, like I talked about now, Manchester United playing with which all those um, small clubs. Do you understand? and then Manchester United will not use the power of imbalance, the the imbalance power factor, and then we trash them 10 goals to nil. Do you understand? Because they have the capacity, they have the experience, they have the supporters, and they are using that to, you know, and then so. But this is what we call unfairness, and but you can see it is happening in football. But in other, in other situations, what we're trying to say in this place is that no matter how influential you feel you are, try to play, you know, try to provide a level playing ground whereby negotiation process can take place smoothly. Do you understand? We are not saying we are not saying that you should not aim for whatever you want to achieve, but don't exert you so much influence that you relegate another person, another party completely that is not of your level. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. Yes. That's in a process whereby you are using your power maybe to intimidate, to relegate, and downgrade someone simply because you want to advance your own. That's where I'm talking about. Do you understand? Now, respect for all parties. Respect for all parties is all another ethics that you consider in negotiation. You must respect it. That is your opponent. Respect their opinions, respect whatever they say, and respect their dignity as well. Do you understand? Don't look down on them. They are there representing their organization or whatever, or their group, as the case may be, or representing his own person, as the case may be, even if the individual conversation or negotiation process. Do you understand? So we must respect people's opinions and the perspective. Do you understand? So acknowledge the interests and the needs of the other party. It is very, very vital if you can do it. Do you understand? And it's required that you should do it. It's one of the ethics that you must consider in negotiation. So, and this includes listening actively and valuing their perspectives, which promotes a more collaborative environment. Because sometimes some people feel that they are so important. Someone is speaking, they are not even listening. Somebody speaking to you, you are busy chewing cola nut. Somebody speaking to you, you are busy playing with your phone. That is, you mean you don't respect, you don't show any form of regard to the person speaking to you because your attention is not there. Do you understand? And then when you come in trying to be disrespectful and speak anyhow. Do you understand? So all those things needs to be controlled. And then we'll talk about confidentiality. Confidentiality is also another uh, ethics and principles or values that must be considered in negotiation. You respect the privacy of the shared information, all right? It's very important. Any shared information that demands to remain private, then there should be that confidentiality, all right? Disclosing sensitive information without consent can harm relationships and reputations. So you go out there, you just talk. You talk to a point that there's no control. Information that you should have kept, you reveal them. That is, some people have what we call diarrhea of the mouth. They release every information available. Do you understand? So keep the information with you. I hope you can hear me. Keep the information with you. Uh, you can say the ones that needs to be said, the ones that doesn't require for you to reveal them, you keep them. You understand? Avoiding coercion and manipulation. Avoiding what? Coercion and manipulation. So ethical negotiation should be free from pressure tactics or deceitful strategies. Do you understand? Avoiding what? Coercion and manipulation. Because like I said, some they are way experienced. Do you understand? So they are using manipulative techniques to exploit their opponents. Do you understand? Because of their experience, maybe they have some certain connections here and there, so they are using that to, force you into accepting what you don't want to. So this includes avoiding aggressive or manipulative behaviors that can undermine the negotiation process. Some people will be challenging and then, intimidating you. They will demonstrate class. Do you understand? They show you how classic they are. Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are talking to? Are we, no, don't do that. When it comes to negotiation, calm down, discuss it in a reasonable way, in such a way that it guarantees freedom for discussion. Do you understand? So let everybody has his or her opinion being heard. Do you understand? It's very important. Then talk about cultural sensitivity. It's also one of the ethics that you must be respected, and it must be respected, and it must be considered in negotiation. Cultural sensitivity. When different cultures, are involved in negotiation, then consider those things that, if you say, may be offensive to a party to negotiation. So try as much as possible to avoid those offensive words, offensive approaches or techniques that may aggravate someone's anger. Do you understand? So try to honor and respect people's culture. Do you understand? Try and respect people's culture. If someone is eating what you don't eat, the only thing you can do is just excuse yourself from that arena so that um, you not feel bad. Do you understand? So it's very important so that you not feel bad. If you are not used to beer and I'm drinking beer and you don't want it, you excuse yourself. Or you can politely talk to me to excuse you and I will do. Or you smoke, I don't smoke. You understand? And you want to smoke, either you excuse yourself or ask someone to excuse you because you want to take, or you ask the person whether can follow you talk, take it or not. Do you understand? But cultural sensitivity should be deployed. Do you understand? Should be deployed. And of course, if you have different people in, like, from different cultures, you serve a meal and maybe you bring pork meat, for instance, now, pork, for instance, and then someone is not eating pork. Do you understand? So that's what it should be. That's what it should be. So try as much as possible to respect people's cultures. Do you understand? Then long-term relationship focus. So prioritizing long-term relationships over short-term gains can lead to what more sustainable and mutually beneficial agreements. So your discussion will determine whether you are just looking at the short-term game ends. All right. That you are aiming at gaining just benefits that are in the short term, but you are not looking at the long run, what will benefit you in that relationship. Whenever I'm interacting with somebody or with someone, I always emphasize the issue of what future, because I don't know where we'll meet tomorrow. Do you understand? I don't Sorry, it seems we have network challenges, but we are back now. So let's continue from where we stopped. So we look at, so I hope you can hear me now. And we are back now. I hope you can hear me. So we're talking about some ethical considerations in negotiation. So we made mention of several of them. We talk about honesty and transparency. We talk about fairness. We talk about respect, confidentiality. We talk about avoiding coercion and manipulation. We talk about cultural sensitivity. And I also talked about long-term relationship focus. That is, you should focus on long-term, a clue to long-term relationships rather than just looking at what you can gain immediately and then forget about the future. And then we're talking about social responsibility, considering the broader implications of the negotiation outcome on stakeholders, communities, and the environment can guide ethical decision making. So whatever decision you are making, whether you are a company negotiating for a particular thing with a community, then think about the implications of your decision. What is the outcome, and how does this outcome impact it positively or negatively? Social effect on the community to do as a company to mitigate those social impacts that we, uh, affect the community negatively. You have to take a responsibility. That's what we call social responsibility. Do you understand? That's why you see companies like Dangote cement companies, when they are in a place, sometimes they build hospital, they build clinic, that's clinic in the community where they are operating, they build schools. Do you understand? Social responsibility, because they understand the social impacts of the products they are producing on the community. Do you understand? Then we have accountability. Also, another ethical issues that must be considered in negotiation: accountability, being willing to take responsibility for one's actions and decisions during negotiation reinforces ethical standard and builds credibility. So you have to consider this ethics. Do you understand? These ethical principles must be considered when it comes to negotiation, for negotiation process to be effective and, you know, to be, sustainable. Now let's look at another issue, and this is dealing with ethical dilemmas in negotiation. Dealing with what? Ethical dilemmas in negotiation, because there are challenges that you're going to uh, confront, or are going to confront you in the negotiation process. And so, how do you address them? How do you deal with these ethical dilemmas in negotiation? Because, in as much as we expect people to maintain confidentiality, there may come a time where that may be lacking. Or what about honesty? You discover that all the while that you were discussing, what the person was telling you was lies. How do you feel? Do you understand? How do you feel when married as a young lady, and all the while you are taking this person to be a single person, only for you to later discover that it's a married person? How will you feel? So, but that is how it is, even in negotiation. That's why it is, because you engage with someone, all the while you discover that all they were just trying to do was just to scam you. They were not telling you anything the truth. Do you understand? Whatever they have said to you have been lies all the while. So how will you feel? How do you deal with this? How will you deal with this kind of situation? Maybe you have even signed a contract to a wrong person altogether. You understand? They tell you we have the capacity to deliver, only for you to discover that after you have signed the contract, you have given them the money, or you discover that they don't have the capacity to deliver. And then the challenges of recovering your money and all of those things becomes another thing. Do you understand? So these are the dilemmas we are talking about. So how do you deal with these situations when it comes to uh, ethical issues? Do you understand? So we you try to look at some of the things that you have to do whenever you are going into a negotiation process for you to be able to address some of these challenges. Certain things that you must do before you go into proper negotiation. And one of those, clarify your values. Clarify what? Your values. Clarify your values. Before entering negotiations, identify your core. Okay, you maybe some of your ethical principles or values may be like, I don't like time wasting. Okay, I hate lies. these are your, these are your, these are your core values, right? And then, you respect people's, you know, dignity. Do you understand? So, and so in situation whereby there's no values for human dignity in the conversation, in the negotiation process, practically that is against your value. So what do? You exit. Do you understand? Or you discover that there are no element of truth in this discussion that you are involved, you exit. Why? Or you go into a negotiation process and then you say, well, me, I don't give bribe, I don't take bribe. I don't give bribe, I don't take bribe. That's your value and that's your principle. So in situation whereby they're asking you to pay bribe, what do? You withdraw because it's against your principles. Because this will help you to determine the kind of decision you'll take. You don't want to take a decision that tomorrow you go and be regretting. Do you understand? So define and identify, clarify your core values before entering into a negotiation process. Tell your partner that, see, for me, as we're about to go into this negotiation or into this conversation, these are my principles. I don't take bribe. I don't give bribe. Number two, I value my time. I don't like time wasting. Number three, I hate lies. I want anything I am doing, I am so straightforward. And number four, I want transparency in our conversations. These are the four principles I'm looking at. And I'm hoping that you will respect these principles because I may not be able to go further if at any point in this process are threatened. Do you understand? These values first before you start the negotiation process. Do you understand? So that at any point in time, any of these principles is being threatened and you are being in a situation whereby there is a need for you to compromise, then it will help you to take decision whether you should compromise or you should stand by your principles. Do you understand? So if you have done this before going into the negotiation process, then it will help you to solve the problem of ethical dilemmas. Do you understand? So when you confront such kind of challenge, then decision taking will not be hard. This is against my principles, so I am not even contemplating anything. It's a no. It's a no. Just forget about it. I'm not doing it. Just forget about it. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So I don't know if I'm making sense. So understanding what matters most to you can guide your decisions. So clarify your values. That's number one way of dealing with what ethical dilemmas in negotiations. Number two, identify the dilemma. Identify the challenge. Recognize when you are facing an ethical dilemma. This could involve conflicting interests, pressure to compromise your values, or potential harm to others. Because you have defined your core values, once there's an ethical dilemma, then it is clear. Do you understand? Maybe you are experiencing conflicting interests, or there's a pressure on you to compromise, and you say you don't compromise. Do you understand? And then this is ringing into your head and it's making you feel uncomfortable in that conversation. Do you understand? And so the next thing to do is look for an exit route and exit. Do you understand? That is it. If you cannot bend, just exit that negotiation. Do you understand? It's very important. But if it's the one that you can compromise, and it may not tarnish your reputation, and it may not tarnish the reputation of the organization, and definitely maybe the reputation of the other parties involved, maybe you can go ahead and compromise. But if anyone that can threaten your reputations and your image as a person and whatever the values you hold, then you reconsider it before compromising. Do you understand? So that's what we're talking about here. So identify the dilemma. So what is that challenge? Are you being pressurized to compromise? Are you having conflicting interest? You have to determine that. Do you understand? So that is it. So gather information. Another way of dealing with ethical dilemma is to gather information. All right. Collect relevant information about the situation, including the interests of all the parties involved. This can help you make informed decisions and understand the broader implications. So when you have sufficient information, it will help you to take effective decisions. Limited information means disability in decision making. When you are not well informed, you are, of course, you cannot be able to take informed decisions. So information is key. Information is power. You have the right information, not just having information, the right information, quality information. Do you understand? Is power. It will help you to take quality and sound decisions. Do you understand? So gather relevant information. Don't go and gather excess information. In monitoring and evaluation, when you gather data, what do? You filter it. You filter the information you have gathered so that you have the quality ones. Do you understand? That's why after you gather information, you assess the information. That is you try to analyze the information. What the essence of carrying out the analysis is to filter so that you do away with the unrelevant or irrelevant information. Do you understand? The irrelevant information, you do away with them. And then return the relevant ones and make use of it. Do you understand? So gather as much information as it's relevant to whatever you are looking at so that you'll be informed. Consider the consequences. When you are about to take any decisions, what are the repercussions? You have to consider them. Are there any repercussions in taking this decision? This decision I'm about to take, are there any consequences attached to it immediately or in the long run? You are about to accept any kind of proposal. Are there any implications? So if you are to sign a contract, nobody asks you about kickbacks or payback or something of that nature. Ask questions. Am I to at any point going to give you any kickbacks or whatever? So if they say yes, you have the choice to say no. to the contract, or you can still go ahead and sign. Because it's possible that in the course of negotiation, you may not hear anything like that. But once the contract is signed, they will tell you that before we release any money for you, you have to give us some kind of kickbacks. Do you understand? So you have to ask this relevant question. So consider the consequences, evaluate the potential outcomes of different negotiation strategies. Consider both short-term and long-term effects on relationship, reputation, and even trust. It's very important. Seek win-win solutions. Seek what? Win-win solution. So aim for solutions that benefits all the parties as much as possible. You understand? So this will promote what? Collaborations, and it will help you to find a mutually beneficiary outcomes. And this can reduce what? Ethical tensions. It can reduce what? Ethical tensions, because everybody is working for everyone's good. I'm not working for your downfall. You are not working for my downfall. We are all working for our own good. So at the end of it all, you benefit, I benefit, and everybody involved benefits. And as a result, we have good relationship. Do you understand? And trust is sustained. Relationship maintained. Reputations improved. Do you understand? That's what it means. So consult with others. Consult with others. Where you cannot take decisions on your own, seek help. Seek relevant help from someone you think that can be of help. Do you understand? Don't just go and seek help from somebody that will end up pushing you to go and take wrong decisions. All right. So discuss the dilemma with trusted colleagues or mentors. All right, mentors. So they can provide different perspectives and help you think through the implications of your choice. So if you have any challenge that you think I can be of help, reach out to me, discuss it with me, and I can advise as much as possible. All right. So that's what it means. So be transparent. Be transparent. Openness about your intentions and values can build trust and set a positive tune for negotiation. Now, what I'm saying here is, when we say be transparent, is that when you are in the first place, when you are clarifying your values, be clear about it. Say it the way it is. Be open about it. Be clear. Let someone know that this is what it is. Don't hide anything. Do you understand? And don't say something and later demonstrate something else. You say you don't like time wasting and you are the one wasting time. You say you don't take or seek or receive bribe, and then later you are the one receiving, asking for bribe. Do you understand? So it doesn't make sense. So be transparent. All right. So transparency can also encourage others to act what? Active ethically. To act ethically. So that is it. So prepare to walk away. Now listen to this one. This one is very important too. This one is even powerful. Prepare to what? Walk away. Walk away. Now, what will make you to walk away is, first and foremost, you clarify your core values, right? And now you are at the juncture whereby your core values are being threatened. What are you still waiting there? What are you still waiting for? Oga, on your mask, get set, move. Do you understand? Just go. Forget about it. Forget about whatever they are promising you there, whether it's 7 or 8. Say that, so far as my principles are being All right, so we're back. Sorry for this network issues. Um, it will improve. It will improve. It's better. It's going to be better to improve. So we are looking at. We said that you should prepare to walk away. It's a job offer. Maybe this job offer, if you compromise and give a bribe, give a kickbacks, to give you millions of nairas of dollars, right? That is good. But the implication here is that maybe your reputation will be tarnished. Maybe you are to construct a road and you use substandard materials because you give kickbacks and then there's no money again to go for quality, or you yourself you decide to go for substandard materials. Do you know what happened at the end of the day? Your name and your reputation, your company's reputation will be tarnished. Do you understand? So don't go and compromise. If it's against your values, your core values, your principles, the best thing to do is, sir, man, walk away. Look for another opportunity. Do you understand? But we live in a society whereby people compromise their values simply because they feel, it's like someone that has worked for years in a university teaching as a professor, has spent how many years studying books, writing journals, doing all manner of research, and his salary is just 400,000, 500,000. And you are a returning officer in a lecturer election, whatever, you are a returning officer, and there is a need for you to change one figure, just one figure. And this one figure will give you hundreds of millions, something you have never seen in your lifetime career. How will you behave? Well, you are professor of principles here now, and this principles is about to be threatened, or is threatened now. And you look at this money, and you look at the entire career, 34 years, you have just 1 year left to retire. You have never earned up to 20 million, or you have not hold 20 million cash in your hand, not for once. And this opportunity comes. Hundreds of millions are going to enter your account just to put one figure, just change, put one figure. How will you behave? Are you going to tell some, they resign there, let them, they INEC produce another commission? Or are you going to say, well, even if I do not do it, someone else will come and do it, so let me do it? So I don't know, but you see, so define your core values first. So if you define your core values before stepping into and you confront this kind of situation, it's left for you to decide to honor your core values or to just follow the way of the society, the pressures of the society. Just follow it and then and your way. So it's fine. It's fine, but it's left for you to decide. It's left for you to decide. All right. So reflect on your decisions. Reflect on your decisions. I don't know whether people, some people made wrong decisions in our society and they have never sat down to reflect on it. Some are still working so pompous and strong shoulders. Do you understand? On top of the wrong decisions they have made that caused millions of people in these countries to be suffering, they still work with their shoulders high. And they have security that is protecting them more. Do you understand? I mean, such kind of people don't even deserve to have one security. One. but they are still here. And they have never sat down and looked at the decision they made, whether the decision affected people positively or not. It has never occurred to them to do so. It's not my father's property. It's not my concern. In a civil service, you just misbehave. You say it's not my father's property. It's not my whose property. Do you understand? So you do whatever that comes to. That is you. You have to enter a business agreement. You are just giving it away. You sign contract anyhow without taking note of the implications of the contract. That's why Nigeria is losing money. Do you understand? They will go and seize presidential jet. Nigeria, the presidential jet of a nation will just be seized like that on what? Because of negligence in the process of negotiation. Do you understand? Because they just do it anyhow. It's not my father's. It's not my father's property. It's not. It's not nothing. You understand? They do it anyhow. So this is costing the country a lot of money. Do you understand? These things can happen to you as a person. The decisions you take can affect you as a person, can affect your organization, can affect even you yourself, your resources. So after the negotiation, reflect on the choices you made and their ethical implications. When you finish, look at the decision you made. Does it have any implications? Is it going to impact on me negatively? What about my organization? What about my country? So if you are in a situation, maybe you are contesting for an election, and this election seems to be tough, and they are telling you compromise, compromise. So forget about that your religion there, my friend. Keep that thing aside. Let's face this election. You need to empower young people to see how they can settle certain matters for you, and then you are put under pressure. So what do you do? Then you go and look for arms. You come and empower young people, right? So at the end of the day, after the which election is won and lost, do you sit down and look at the decisions you made and how that decision is impacting your community? Because some people behave like that, and today their community there is no peace. Killing, kidnapping, all manner of things are going on. Have you ever sit down and reflect on such your decision? These things I'm talking about now, forget about normal business engagement. Forget about anything that has to do with anybody and you are to negotiate, interact, or agree on certain things. Do you understand? Whether on things that you are pushing on your own or in opposition to someone. Do you understand? I'm giving you instances, political, marital. Do you understand? Marital issues. Some people go into marriage, the next day marriage broke. Do you understand? What happens? What? Did you sit down and reflect on your decision in the first place to marry? And why is the marriage at the verge of collapsing? And what are you doing to remedy that marriage so that it do not collapse? Some people don't care. They say, I, I don't even damn to it. Let it collapse. And marriage collapse. Under 1 month, under 2 months, it ends. This is the marriage that they were flying on aircraft, chopper, to display that, oh, we are new couples in town. Do you understand? Just under 2 weeks. Just sit down and reflect on the decision and the choices you made. I'm trying to emphasize these 2 points. You define your principles. You are going into a marriage, define your principles for your marriage. Define core values for your marriage. And if you define them, stand by them, no matter what happens. That is what builds character. That's what builds reputation. In the course of this training, we told you that the training is free. All right? The training is free. You are not going to pay a dime to get this certificate, to get this training. We say it's free. Now, you don't know where I'm getting data to do the training. The software I'm using to train you people, you don't know how much I'm subscribing monthly for it. You don't know how much it cost us to build the certification portal, because when we started the training, there was no plan on how you are going to be certified. So when we finish the training, we got that 200 people were to be certified. And then certifying them manually, we felt that this thing is going to take us time. So what do? We have to do a portal that you can download your certificate yourself. Do you understand? We have to pay for that portal to be designed. So, okay, now I told you that, okay, this is a free training. And then later I'll say, well, you see, I had good intention to give you this training free, but since we started, we discovered that these things have to be done, this one has to be done so that you can have a smooth training. If there's any way you can come in to support or things like that. you know, Principles will be questioned here. Do you understand? Will be questioned. Even when somebody suggested in a group that they should contribute 1,000 to appreciate me, what was my talk about it? Did I even see anything about it? Do you understand me? Someone objected as well that the training is free. And so if you so wish to do it, you should go and do it privately. Do you understand? So that's how it is. So maintain your principles. Maintain principles. Maintain what? Principles. Like, let me tell you my own principle. And I'm telling you my own principle today. Sometimes someone approached me to say, send me your account number. Let me appreciate you for what you have done for me. And then I will tell the person that thank you is appreciated, but don't bother. I was only doing my job. Most especially if I notice that I have not concluded, there is still something that is remaining. Maybe that you are not done with what we are working on yet. And then you want to give me that kind of appreciation. I will refuse. I will not accept it. Because I know that there's a possibility that you come and put me under pressure in the times to come if there are any challenges and all of that. So I don't accept that kind of gift. Do you understand? I don't. If you want to give me a gift after everything is completed, that you know that I am not owing you anything, you are not owing me anything, you want to give me a gift, at that point I may accept it. But when we have not completed anything we are working on, then you want to give me a gift simply because of the way I responded or attended to your matter, I will not accept it. That is my principle. Do you understand? I don't accept that gift. I rejected money severally in this institution. I refused money like this. Severally, on several occasions, I refused money. You understand? So it's principles. So you have to define your core values first. So it will help you. Do you understand? It will help you. So I'm not saying that you should not give me gifts. If you want to give me a gift, you can give, but know the right time to give me a gift. If you bring it at the wrong time, I will say no. Do you understand? I will say no. So that's what it is. So promote ethical standards. Promote ethical standards. All right? Promote what? Ethical standards. So advocate for ethical practices within your organization or industry. Encouraging a culture of integrity can help mitigate ethical dilemmas in negotiation. So advocate for what? Ethical practices within your organization or industry. Encouraging a culture of integrity can help mitigate what? Ethical dilemmas. So let everybody maintain integrity. That's what I'm saying here. If I compromise here, the people working with me will begin to compromise in one way or the other. Do you understand? And so if I'm not compromising, it's possible that they will also not compromise, even when I'm not there. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So promote ethical standards is very important. It guides and promotes integrity. Do you understand? And then the image of your organization, the image of your institution. Do you understand? So, and in case if there are any challenges, you can be able to stand your ground and say things authoritatively. But if you're in the first place, you yourself you are compromising, how can you correct someone who compromise? So promote what? Ethical standards. Very important. I don't know whether I'm making sense at all. Okay. If I'm making sense, let's progress. So the last thing that we're going to consider for today is professional standard and codes of conduct for negotiators. Professional standards and codes of what conduct for negotiators. So if you are following this meeting, you can share it with someone. Somebody's crying on network there. I hope the network will be friendly with you so that you can be part of today's training. So I hope you guys are following, and then I hope you have shared the meeting with someone. Try and do so if you are not. And then the lights are also. Thank you very much. So Paul, you are saying set good examples. Yes, leadership by example. Set good examples. Set good examples. That's what it's trying to say here. Set good examples. Ethical standards. Do you understand? Set good examples. They are very, very important. So let's take the last topic for today. Professional standards and code of conduct for negotiators. Professional standards and code of conduct for negotiators provide guidelines to ensure ethical behaviors, integrity, and professionalism in negotiations. So that you will not come and be, there are some people that the way they behave is very funny. Do you know that even sometimes, this example I'm about to give now, maybe you must have experienced it in time past. Maybe you are as a team, and then they give you something, and you feel that you don't need to take this thing, but someone among you will come and influence you, make issues, and give you explanation reason why you must accept that gift, and it's not just a gift. Please, let's accept it. You are seeing something, they are not seeing it. Oh, he is not seeing it. So it's just making trouble. It's as if you do not take that gift, then it's as if the relationship you and the person will be, and then it will be as if the team spirit will be, will be, what will I say? We end, or it will be disengaged. That team spirit, that team engagement will be, we experience disengagement simply because somebody is insisting that you should take what maybe you are a teammate that you don't want to take. Do you understand? And if care is not taken, because if you do not stand your ground, you may end up accepting that gift. And it will be just a pathway to your destruction. Do you understand? And that's how some other team member will push you to accept something that ordinarily you should not have accepted. So that's what it means. You must have experienced this. So professionalism is important. So mind the way you behave when you see things. Do you understand? Very important. So one of those standards we're talking about and code of conduct we're talking about is what? Integrity. Maintain high level of integrity. Integrity defines your character. Do you understand? If you are a person of character, one thing that we know that you are a person of character is your integrity. Very important. Once you compromise, we begin to look at you twice. And once we begin to look at you twice, it means that there's a problem. We cannot 100% trust you. You understand? Number 2, fairness. Number 3, confidentiality. Number 4, professionalism. Professionalism. Conduct negotiation in a polite and respectful manner. Don't disrespect anybody. And again, if you say it's 10, it's 10. All right? And get prepared. Don't come and be confused in the front of people. All right? And be organized. And be organized. Be excellent. All right? And dress appropriately. Do you understand? This training, you will never catch me wearing t-shirts to appear here to train, to organize training. Even if the IGP send t-shirts, I cannot wear it, come and sit here to organize this training. Except I am doing it for a program or for something purposely, then I can wear it, but I cannot wear here like I'm organizing training with you now to come and sit here that I want to discuss with you. So where is the place of professionalism? Do you understand? So that's what it means. So even your dressing matters. And how you dress also matters. So competence. Continuously seek to improve skills. Continuously seek to improve skills. Some of you here have your PhD. I have professors that are here. The last time I can remember, I have professors. Some even work and retire. Whatever training is getting here is not going to tender the certificate anywhere for the sake of anything. But he's here to just to keep updating himself, just to keep his mind abreast with whatever that is happening. Do you understand? He made one statement with me one day because I was like, like me now, how can I be training a professor in this case now? He said, he can learn from anybody. It doesn't matter. That's how it should be. He said he can learn from anybody. By the time he said, well, I'm a professor who can come and teach. Who will teach me? Who has a professor work and retire in have so many degrees and all of this? Who will come and teach me? I have known everything. He did. These are the courses that he paid for. He paid for peace and sustainable development. He paid for global peacekeeping and diplomacy. He paid for international law and diplomacy. You understand? He is doing this one. You understand? He's doing this one. Although this one's free. You understand? But that is a professor, a retired professor, who works in the banks, works in so many places, and retired, yet improving himself, knowledge. He cannot die. He cannot die. Because somebody whose mind is still running, how will he die? How will he die like that? He cannot die until he fulfills his days. You understand? That is it. So keep improving your skills, keep improving your knowledge. It doesn't matter what you know. Read books, take trainings. And that's why some of you are here. To some, it's a waste of time. To some, is people are just creating content on your head. No. You understand? It's so, but it's based on values. If we attach values to certain things, some of us attach values to learning. And just like me, anybody can teach me. One day I registered for a computer training. I wanted to learn advanced Excel and then Photoshop and what do you call it? All those advanced training in computer. And then this guy say he has to take me from the elementary level, the highest level. So He asked me whether I had knowledge of computer before. I said no. I told him I don't have any knowledge of computer. My reason for saying no was, let it, whatever that is going to take me from a fresh, let it be as a refresher course. Do you understand? Let it refresh my memory. Do you understand? So there was no reason for me to claim that I have known some basics. No. Let it just refresh my memory. Do you understand? That's how and that's how it took me. At the end of the day, I did not even complete the training. It was those elemental and I still did as a refreshing, and then I disappeared from that area, and then that's how the training ended. Do you understand? So competence, continuously seek to improve your skills and your knowledge, most especially related to negotiation now, because we're talking about negotiation. So understanding the process and relevant subject matters enhances effectiveness. All right. So avoid conflict of interest. Avoid conflict of interest. All right. Disclose any potential conflict of interest in case you're having certain interest here and there. You you are to judge a particular case of a person, and you are eyeing the person's daughter, or got disengaged from that judgment or whatever that is involved. If you're having interest to marry that man's daughter and the person is here in the matter in question concerns the person, tell the people that, sir, I'm not the right person to handle this case because I am in love with the man's daughter. I don't know how I can not be biased here. Let me just let another person handle this case. If you cannot say it in the presence of your to be in-laws, behind the bars, tell the judges there that, sir, I have a conflict of interest. That man, that other man, I'm in love with his daughter, so I don't want to continue with this case. Don't make it to be an avenue to go and buy, to go and bribe. So that will be tantamount to bribing. If you go and pass a judgment that favors the man, just because you want to say favor, and so that when you go and meet the girl, you will not say no. It will surprise you that when you go and meet her, she will say no. So why can't you just respect yourself and disclose your interest, your interest, that this the conflict or interest you're having, and disassociate yourself from that place and save yourself and the other people. Some people have political interests. They have personalities they like. Disclose it, sir. As a person, I'm a fan of this person. I'm a fan of this person. I cannot be here and then be fair. Do you understand? Because I am my role model. So I cannot take a decision against him. So I bet they should change me. Do you understand? You cannot say it in the front of your role model. That's fine. You can say it behind, among the negotiators or among the judges or among whatever. Just go there and tell them this is my problem and I don't want to be featured on this issue. So let them change you. In fact, let you be dropped from the team. Do you understand? Just drop. So far as that matter is concerned, let them drop you. So they can drop you. It will be as if, one thing, they'll find a reason and give. Do you understand? And you move on. You save yourself. All right. Responsibility to the stakeholders. So consider the broader impact of negotiation outcomes on all stakeholders, communities, society, and everybody that is involved. You understand? Adherence to laws and regulations. Follow all relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards during negotiations. Where there are such standards and established principles, follow it. As the members of the institute, we have a constitution that guides our operation, right? So if you're a member of this institute, you have to obey and abide with what the constitution of the institution is saying. All right, collaboration and problem solving, post-negotiation reflection. So after everything, sit down and look at what you have just done. Have you done something good? Right? After this training, go and reflect on what you have learned in the course of this training. And that's why we always ask you to do a video, a testimonial video. It's a form of reflection on what you have learned, what the training has helped you to achieve. Do you understand? And how you are going to use the knowledge you acquired. That's the impact. That's why we always ask you to do a video. And I thank those of you that have produced videos to tell us what you have learned and how it benefited you and how you are going to use it. We so much appreciate you. We value it. And that's why we always share it so that others can see and be encouraged. Do you understand? So it's very important. So this one, I want to see more videos. I want to see more videos from this training at the end of it all. So it's post negotiation reflection. Sit down and look at what you have just done. Your decisions, how are they going to impact the society, the community, and the parties involved? Do you understand? So these standards are not only to guide individual negotiators, but also to enhance the reputation of the profession as a whole. That is the whole profession of alternative dispute negotiation or peace and alternative dispute resolution, and also the profession of negotiation and the discipline. It's going to impact the whole. It's not just you alone as individual, but it affects the whole system. If you fail, it affects the whole system. If you get it right, it also impacts the system. Do you understand? So God will help us to do the right thing in negotiation. When you are negotiating, just trust God to help you to do the right thing, no matter what it is. If you are so much under pressure, even if it's a job that you are doing, and you are to sign a particular document that you think is against your principles, what do you do? Resign. Tell them that, I thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for the opportunity to serve my country in this department and at this level. But I think I lost interest to continue to serve. So, bye. You quit. But you will not die. Oh. You quit and you will not die. You will still live. You understand? So, please, let's do the right thing. Most especially in negotiation. So, these are the things that we are, know, you are expected to. These are the professional standards you are expected to obey: integrity, fairness, confidentiality, and professionalism, competence, and avoiding conflicts of interest, adherence to laws and regulations, collaboration and problem solving, post negotiation reflections. So that's it. So tomorrow we are going to step into module 5. We are done with module 4. We are going to step into module 5 and we'll be looking at the hybrid ADR processes. Hybrid, hybrid now. Hybrid ADR processes. All right. So we'll be looking at so many other stuff here. So tomorrow we'll be looking at collaborative law. Collaborative law. So make time to be part of the training tomorrow as well at 7 p.m. And like I said, this week is the week of International Day of Peace. And some of you were like, okay, let me say about 200 people did training on peace education. So this is the time to apply the knowledge you acquired during the peace education training. So if you are part of those that did training on peace education, can you do something in your community? Can you carry out can you do peace? Can you demonstrate peace? The knowledge you acquired, you have the manual with you. Pick up something, awareness in your school, organize something. If you are a teacher in your school, do something with your student, do something. Do you understand? Just an idea. Just do something to promote peace. It can be, peer mediation. You can do something of that nature. You can do cultural sensitivity reasoning and things like that. Do you understand? Oh, cultural diversity management and things like that. So you can organize something just to promote the International Day of Peace. Record it, video it, send it to us. We can help to broadcast it, and people will see what you are doing in your community to promote peace. Do you understand? So do something this week, any day of the week. And then for those of you that are in Abuja, if you cannot do something on your own, you can do way to come to Unity Park. All right, Unity Park on Saturday. That is around the Tama area. By 7 a.m. we'll be there for our peace walk. So you can join us in a peace walk and then promote peace. You understand? We need peace. So we have to take it to the streets. We have been online. Let's go to the street and do it as well. All right. By next year is full blast to communities, places. You understand? Full blast as God will help us. So just take time to be part of whatever is happening. And then make up also decision to be part of our induction. Our inductions are coming up in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Abuja. Abuja will be having convention in November, so you can take time, and then an induction will take place during the convention as well. So you can take time and be part of it. You understand? And if you come with this certificate, you present the certificate in this training. That is, you come with this certificate that you are one of our participants and you want to be a member of the institute. In any of these inductions that are coming up, you receive a discount from the induction fee. So make up your mind to be part of the training and get a discount, part of the induction, get a discount. Thank you very much. This is the much we will take today. I hope you had a wonderful time together. And the manual has been shared in the group. So people who are saying they have not seen the manual, maybe I will share it. I will post it so that I can see it if I have not seen it. But thank you very much. See you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bye. Good night.